One thing that I think came up a lot of times in your research and stuff was how, you know, that you're kind of continuously kind of reappropriating these kind of historical artifacts and these kind of distorted representations, and then also kind of putting them again through a series of other kind of distortions. But I was also fascinated about how your work has been reappropriated at different times from whether or not these posters then take on new lives in the hands of activists and others, or like the city government who happen to love it.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm wondering how it feels when you're having your kind of work being kind of mirrored back at you, these type of these other interpretations and politicized uses of your work and the images.
Well, I think that's the ideal feedback,
Mm-hmm.
more than being accepted as part of the contemporary art or contemporary art mainstream, or being recognized as an artist, that people, without knowing who made it, really identifies with the idea behind it, with the graphic, or even with the general sentiment of something.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most valuable thing.
Yeah.
Probably the time I felt more humble and appreciated a lot one of these kind of appropriations was a girl that now has a tattoo on her back of the "Not Impressed by Civilization" design. That's so touching. I mean, I don't even know what to say, but I was totally impressed. And I mean, I could say, no, it's too much, or just be fascinated. She's a beautiful girl, and yeah, but that's what I mean, no? That at the end, it's not even me. It's the idea of the Native Americans and this contemporary perception and reaction to what's going on in terms of the all kinds of crises we are living, no? But
Mm-hmm.
specifically the social crisis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is also this interesting aspect of that, like a lot of like what particularly, I mean, Mejor Vida is the most obvious in this, but I think also when these kind of works enter into kind of media spaces and these other things that often the work is not really the finished product that you've produced, but is actually then the kind of interpolation of these ideas and themes and symbols, and the human experience of the work is really where it's kind of happening. I mean, I was curious when you because I've seen and you described a couple of times where you referred to shows as kind of building an essay in terms of the research, and I was wondering like how you see that kind of essay form where you're kind of finding different solutions to these different questions and kind of building a some sort of meta argument that is coming out of it.
Yeah, and an essay probably based on an aesthetic translation, I would say, also in many cases linked to these cultural experiments. But that's the way I've found that, well, that's the best way I can describe the exercise, let's say, no? Because that's precisely why there are so many different formal solutions for my work. No, it's a mural, or it's a chocolate cake, or it could be a website, or it's this voodoo ritual. I mean, it's not that I'm an artist producing, sculpture, red sculpture, and then it's identified because of that. But yes, I'm aware that the research is a big part of it, but the research is also not the common thing in my work, but this kind of equation where the work is using elements from public information, also from each person's background, no? Because everybody, of course, it's going to read the pieces and the references through their own filters, no? So I'm taking that into account. I'm taking also into account the language, the context, the culture, the economy. So all these elements at the end play a role in the piece. So at the end, it's multiple pieces in one. And for me, it has been, well, just easier to explain them as these visual essays, no? But it's this equation at the end.